to Lord's, possibly the most important cricket ground in the world. The Olympics is going to be held here, but enough about the future. Let's talk about the history of Lord's.
Well, my name is Bernard, and I'm a member of the MCC, and I work here as a tour guide. The reason it's called Lord's is because it was founded by a gentleman called Thomas Lord, and in fact this is the third ground that the MCC used to play on. The MCC was formed in 1877, and for the first 25 years the MCC played cricket in Dorset Fields. Then the MCC went to Regent's Park to play cricket for about 3 years, after which in 1814 the MCC came here, and this is the ground as we know it today, starting, as I say, in 1814. So it'll be 200 years old in 2014. Well, since 1814, England has played cricket matches against various countries throughout the world, and we have some very famous cricketers who have played here, and we also have some very famous people who have come here to watch cricket. Most famous, I suppose, at the present time is Her Majesty the Queen, who visits Lord's about once a year or once every 2 years. She sits in the committee room in the pavilion to watch the cricket and meets the players. And the Duke of Edinburgh, in fact, is a past president of the MCC.
It's the home of cricket. It's a fantastic cricket ground, and I think what it's done, it's made itself into a kind of ground where young people can come and watch cricket today. It's a modern cricket ground, but at the same time it's kept many of the traditions, you know, from the old ground.
I think that the members of the MCC are very happy with the name Lord's. It depicts who founded the ground, and it's as good a name as any.
Well, we know that cricket began probably in this country about 500 years ago. We've got records going back to the 16th century. But it really took off in the Victorian period, probably the 1800s. And this man standing behind me, W.G. Grace, he was the man that really popularised cricket in this country. He was the first cricketing celebrity, and people used to go for miles to watch him play. And that would have been in the second half of the 19th century, and that's when it really took off and became a really popular game in England. What they're trying to do with cricket at the moment is to make it more appealing to people who have a very different lifestyle to people who traditionally watch cricket. So we're having shorter games, we're having 2020 competitions, which, you know, are very exciting and draw young people particularly into cricket grounds. And what I would hope is that people coming to watch cricket for the first time might see a 2020 match, but I would hope that they would then get interested and look to find out more about the longer version of the game, like, you know, county matches or test cricket, for example, which for most of us is what real cricket's all about. And well, there have been lots of changes. I mean, walking around you'll have seen the floodlights, for example. Those are new this year because one of the things that's happening now is that more cricket matches are being played in the evening, so we have to have floodlights.
It's got a big play area, a big field, so there's lots of room. So there won't be any injury to the crowd or audience or anything.
Lord's Cricket Ground holds about 30,000 people. Here, this section is the pavilion, which is the oldest part of Lord's Cricket Ground. This is the media centre. It's where all the journalists watch the games and present them. We've learned many things over this past day, how the name Lord's Cricket Ground came about by this fellow guy, Thomas Lord. He founded this place. We visited the pavilion, a famous place where lots of people who are enthusiastic about cricket would love to be there. The media centre, we also visited it. It was pretty good. We had an inside view of how the journalists record the games and how they present it and stuff. As a whole day, this was a pretty good day. I recommend you come here in the 2012 Olympics.